Welcome back.
Hey, surprise, surprise.
Good trip.
Look at you. Surprise. Oh, you're coming.
No. So, I'm gonna cook a little extra stuff because you didn't say, how come you didn't tell us you're coming? We were cooking stuff.
Well, I'm just like that, huh?
Yeah, but you should let us know because we cooked
Oh,
enough for a certain amount of people.
You're gonna chastise me.
Yeah, I'm doing it, I know.
Just a minute.
No, that's okay. We're doing the thing now, so that's it. I'll get later. Just next time, just give us a call. Let us know because we're cooked for not.
Well, don't bother for me.
No, I want to bother for you, but just next time you just call us, okay? You want to read something, Johnny?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. We got a lot of books here. Oh, you got something. Let's read something for. 10,
Oh,
15
how about a
minutes.
Krishna story?
There you go.
Mean and I did Krishna stories.
Yeah. And you can. Where's the microphone?
Oh, yeah, just to put them in there now.
If I sit close enough.
There you go.
Oh,
Bring
I
the
don't want
mountain
that
to
close.
Muhammad. Bring the mountain to Muhammad. Don't belch into the microphone.
I'm so glad that's a transcendental
Symptom.
symptom. I love it.
We'll get some more chastisement. You're a suck for it, huh? No.
Okay.
See, you make that.
I'm good. I opened the book to the prayers by Indra, the king of heaven. Krishna book. Big Krishna book. When Krishna saved the inhabitants of Vrindavan from the wrath of Indra by lifting Govardhan hill, a Sarabi cow from Goloka Vrindavan, as well as King Indra from the heavenly planets, appeared before him. Indra, the king of heaven, was conscious of his offense before Krishna. Therefore, he stealthily appeared before him in a secluded place. He immediately fell down at the lotus feet of Krishna. Although his own crown was dazzling like sunshine, Indra knew about the exalted position of Krishna because Krishna is the master of Indra. But he could not believe that Krishna could come down and live in Vrindavan amongst the cowherd men. When Krishna defied the authority of Indra, Indra became angry because he thought that he was all in all within this universe, and that no one was as powerful as he. But after this incident, his false, puffed-up prestige was destroyed. Being conscious of his subordinate position, he appeared before Krishna with folded hands and began to offer the following prayers. My dear Lord, Indra said, being puffed up by my false prestige, I thought that you had offended me by not allowing the cowherd men to perform the Indra Yagya, and I thought that you wanted to enjoy the offerings that were arranged for the sacrifice. I thought that in the name of Govardhan sacrifice, you were taking my share of profit. Therefore, I mistook your position. Now, by your grace, I can understand that you are the Supreme Lord, the personality of Godhead, and that you are transcendental to all material qualities. Your transcendental position is Vashuddha Sattva, which is above the platform of material mode of goodness. And your transcendental abode is beyond the disturbance of the material qualities. Your name, fame, form, qualities, paraphernalia, and pastimes are all beyond this material nature, and they are never disturbed by the three material modes. Your abode is accessible only for one who undergoes severe austerities and penances and becomes completely freed from the onslaught of material qualities like passion and ignorance. If someone thinks that when you enter within this material world, you accept the modes of material nature, he is mistaken. The waves of material qualities are never able to touch you, and you certainly do not accept them when you are present within this world. Your lordship is never conditioned by the laws of material nature. My dear Lord, you are the original father of this cosmic manifestation. You are the supreme spiritual master of this cosmic world, and you are the original proprietor of everything. As eternal time, you are competent to chastise offenders. Within this material world, there are many fools like me who consider themselves to be the Supreme Lord, or all in all, within the universe. You are so merciful that without accepting their offenses, you devise means so that their false prestige is subdued, and they can know that you and no one else are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. My dear Lord, you are the Supreme Father, the Supreme Spiritual Master, and the Supreme King. Therefore, you have the right to chastise all living entities whenever there is any discrepancy in their behavior. The Father, the Spiritual Master, and the Supreme Executive Officer of the state are always well-wishers of their sons, their students, and their citizens respectfully. As such, the well-wishers have the right to chastise their dependents. By your own desire, you appear auspiciously on the earth in your eternal varieties of forms. You come to glorify the earthly planet, and specifically to chastise persons who are falsely claiming to be God. In the material world, there is regular competition between different types of living entities to become supreme leaders of society, and after being frustrated in achieving the supreme positions of the leadership, foolish persons claim to be God, the Supreme Personality. There are many such fools, personalities in this world like me, but in due course of time, when they come to their senses, they surrender unto you, and again engage themselves properly by rendering service unto you. And that is the purpose of your chastising persons envious of you. My dear Lord, I committed a great offense onto your lotus feet, being falsely proud of my material opulences, not knowing your unlimited power. Therefore, my Lord, kindly excuse me. Because I am fool number one, kindly give me your blessings so that I may not act so foolishly again. Great and cannot be excused, then I appear to you that I am your eternal servant. You appear in this world to give protection to your eternal servants and to destroy the demons who maintain great military strength just to burden the very existence of the earth. As I am your eternal servant, kindly excuse me. My dear Lord, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you because you are the Supreme Person and the Supreme Soul. You are the Son of Vasudeva, and you are the Supreme Lord Krishna, the Master of all pure devotees. Please accept my prostrated obeisances. You are the personification of supreme knowledge. You can appear anywhere according to your desire, in any one of your eternal forms. You are the root of all creation and the supreme soul of all living entities. Due to my gross ignorance, I created a great disturbance in Vrindavan by sending torrents of rain and a heavy hailstorm. I acted out of severe anger caused by your stopping the sacrifice, which was to be held to satisfy me. But my dear Lord, you are so kind to me that you have bestowed your mercy upon me by destroying all my false pride. I therefore take shelter of your lotus feet. My dear Lord, you are not only the supreme controller, but also the spiritual master of all living entities. Thus praised by Indra, Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, smiled beautifully and then replied in a grave voice like a rumbling cloud. My dear Indra, I stopped your sacrifice just to show you my causeless mercy and to remind you that I am your eternal master. I am the master not only of you, but of all other demigods as well. You should always remember that all your material opulences are due to my mercy. No living entity can independently become opulent. One must be favored by my mercy. Everyone should always remember that I am the Supreme Lord. I can show anyone my favor, and I can chastise anyone, because no one is superior to me. If I find someone overpowered by false pride, in order to show him my causeless mercy, I withdraw all his opulences. It is noteworthy that Krishna sometimes removes all the rich men's opulences in order to facilitate his becoming a soul surrendered to him. This is a special favor of the Lord's. Sometimes it is seen that a person is very opulent materially, but due to his devotional service to the Lord, he may be reduced to poverty. One should not think that, however, that because he worshipped the Supreme Lord, he became poverty-stricken. The real purport is that when a person is a pure devotee, but at the same time, by miscalculation, wants to lord it over material nature, the Lord shows his special mercy by taking away all material opulences until at last he surrenders onto the Supreme Lord. After instructing Indra, Lord Krishna asked him to return to his kingdom in the heavenly planets and to remember always that he is never the Supreme, but is always subordinate to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He also advised him to remain as King of Heaven, but to be careful of false pride. After this, the transcendental Surabi cow, who had come from Indra to see Krishna, offered her respectful obeisances unto him and worshipped him. The Surabi offers her prayers as follows. My dear Lord Krishna, you are the most powerful of all mystic yogis because you are the soul of the complete universe, and only from you has all this cosmic manifestation taken place. Therefore, although Indra tried his best to kill my descendant cows in Vrindavan, they remained under your shelter, and you have protected them all so well. We do not know anyone else as the Supreme, nor do we go to any other god or demigods for protection. Therefore, you are our Indra. You are the Supreme Father of the whole cosmic manifestation, and you are the protector and elevator of all the cows, brahmanas, demigods, and others who are pure devotees of your lordship. O Super Soul of the universe, let us bathe you with our milk, for you are our Indra. O Lord, you appeared just to dismiss the burden of impure activities on the earth. Then the Surabi cow bathed Krishna with her milk, and Indra bathed him with the water of the celestial Ganges through the trunk of his carrier elephant. After this, the Surabi cows and all the demigods and their mothers joined the heavenly king Indra in worshipping Lord Krishna by bathing him with Ganges water and the milk of the Surabis. Thus Govinda, Lord Krishna, was pleased with all of them. The residents of all the higher planetary systems, such as the Gandharva Loka, Vidyadhar Loka, Siddha Loka, and Charana Loka, all combined and glorified the Lord by chanting his holy name as their wives and damsels danced with great joy. They very much satisfied the Lord by incessantly pouring flowers from the sky. When everything was very nicely and joyfully settled, the cows overflooded the surface of the earth with their milk. The water of the rivers began to flow with various tasty liquids and give nourishment to the trees. producing fruits and flowers of different colors and taste. The trees began to pour drops of honey. The hills and the mountains began to produce potent medicinal plants and valuable stones. Because of Krishna's presence, all these things happened very nicely, and the lower animals, who were generally envious of one another, were envious no longer. After satisfying Krishna, who is the Lord of all the cows in Vrindavan, and who is known as Govinda, King Indra took permission to return to his heavenly kingdom. As he passed through cosmic space, he was surrounded by all kinds of demigods. This great incident is a powerful example of how Krishna consciousness can benefit the world. Even the lower animals forget their envious nature and become elevated to the qualities of the demigods. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of the 27th chapter of Krishna, Prayers by Indra, the King of Heaven. Next. Do you want this or a different book?
Whoa.
Karuna, would you rather read?
Caitanya-Bhagavad.
Okay.
Caitanya-caritāmṛta.
Here, turn this around. Okay, I'll get it for you.
Not me, no. You pointed at him to read.
Oh no, whoever.
You don't read. Never. There, go on. You read a bit.
What do you usually read?
I don't read.
You don't read.
I listen to. That's my.
You're more.
Yeah, I more listen than read.
Okay,
I can
but
read.
you read.
Sing
And I love it.
I don't mind.
I love it.
I want to hear go.
Okay.
Read well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can make a cup of tea for you.
A cup of tea would be very nice.
Okay.
There's no blood in here.
Okay. This is what I was reading earlier today. The name-giving ceremony. You want to read that?
Got to make it big size. Cause
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't see.
Yeah. Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay.
So we're reading Caitanya-Bhagavata, Adi Kanda, Chapter 4. Description of the Lord's name-giving ceremony, childhood pastimes, and the abduction by thieves. O lotus-eyed Lord Chaitanya, glory, glory unto you, glory, glory to your loving devotees. Please place your auspicious glance upon me, so that, free from guile, my heart may worship you day and night. Now that Lord Chaitanya was present there, the bliss in Sachi's home increased day after day. Again and again, gazing at their son's handsome face, the Brahmana and Brahmini floated in an ocean of bliss. Lord Visarupa would look at his brother, the abode of bliss, smile and embrace him. Relatives would stay around the infant boy day and night. Some chanted the Vishnu Raksha mantras, others chanted Devi Raksha mantras, and others circumambulated the house. When he wept, shedding tears from his lotus eyes, the Lord would at once stop if he heard the holy name of Lord Hari. Eventually, everyone understood the Lord's hint. Whenever he wept, they would chant the holy names of Lord Hari. The playful demigods would sometimes play practical jokes on the people always surrounding the Lord. Invisible, a demigod would slip into the house When the people saw his shadow, they would say, "There goes a thief." Some called out, "Nasimha, Nasimha." On the mouths of others, the Aparajita stotra was heard. Many prayers were recited in the 10 directions. Thus there was a great commotion in Sachi's home. Seeing that the Lord was inside, the demigods would gather outside the house. Then people would then say, "Someone should guard the house." Others would cry out, "Stop, stop, a thief runs away." Others would call out, "Nasimha, Nasimha." An exorcist warned the demigods, "Today you may have escaped, but you do not know the great power of Lord Nasimha." Invisible, the demigods laughed. In this way, 1 month passed. On the day celebrating Balaka Uthana, Sachi went with other women to bathe in the Ganga. Accompanied by tumultuous singing and instrumental music, Sachi bathed in the Ganga. She worshipped goddess Ganga, and then she went to the temple of goddess Shashiti. After properly worshipping the feet of all the demigods, she returned home with the other women. Then Sachi respectfully offered them puff rice, bananas, oil, red sindura, betel nuts and betel leaves. After blessing the infant boy and offering obeisances to Mother Sachi, all the women returned to their homes. In this way, the Lord enjoyed pastimes. If the Lord does not give understanding, who has the power to understand them? Again and again, the infant Lord cried. In this way, he made everyone chant the holy names of Lord Hari. Whatever the women did to pacify him, the Lord would only cry more and more. However, when everyone said, "Hari, Hari," a smile at once appeared on the Lord's moonlight face. Discovering that this pleased the Lord's heart, everyone would gather together, clap their hands and sing Hari. In this way, everyone happily performed Hari Sankirtana, and Sachi's home become filled with the holy names of Lord Hari. The Lord's pastimes in Jagannath Mishra's home were secretly like the pastimes he enjoyed as Gopala Krishna. When no one was home, he scattered things here and there. On the 4 walls he threw oil, milk, whey and ghee. When he learned Mother is coming, the Lord infant fell to the ground and cried, saying, "Hari, Hari." Mother Sachi comforted her infant son. Then she saw all the things scattered about. She asked, "Who threw the wheat, rice and dal everywhere in the house?" Then she saw the pots of milk and yogurt were broken. In the house was only a 4-month-old infant. Who scattered everything? No one knew. Everyone in the family came. No one saw the sign of any culprit. Someone said, "Perhaps a demon come here," but was unable to harm the child because of the protective mantras. Unable to harm the child, the demon became angry, threw everything here and there, and then fled to his own place. Seeing all this, Jagannath Mishra was bewildered, thinking, "It is providence." He did not say anything. The 2 parents saw the disturbance as the will of providence. However, when they gazed at their infant son, they could not remain unhappy. Some days passed happily in this way, and then it was time for the name-giving ceremony. Nilambara, Chakravarti, scholars and relatives all came. Many chaste ladies, decorated with red sindura and splendid like goddess Lakshmi, herself also came. Everyone gave thought to choosing the name. Some ladies suggested one name, and other ladies suggested another. Someone said, "There will not be many older sons and daughters. He is the last one born. Therefore his name should be Nimai." After consulting among themselves, the learned scholars decided on an appropriate name for the boy. They said, as soon as this boy was born, famine ended in the land, and the farmers were blessed with rain. The earth became happy and prosperous, as if Lord Narayana himself was protecting the earth. Therefore this boy should be given the name Sri Vishambara, the maintainer of the worlds. After all, in his horoscope it is written that he will be a brilliant lamp shining in his family. The name Nimai, given by the chaste ladies, will be the second name the people call him. As the most auspicious moment of the name-giving ceremony, the Brahmanas chanted verses from the Bhagavad-Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam and the Vedas. At that auspicious moment, the demigods and humans chanted the holy names of Lord Hari, sounded conch shells and rang bells. Rice, a book, puff rice, coins, gold, silver and other objects were brought and placed before the infant boy. Jagannath Mishra said, "O Vishambara, my son, please listen. At once grasp whatever touches your heart." Ignoring everything else, infant Lord Chaitanya picked up Srimad Bhagavatam and embraced it. The chaste ladies filled the four walls with sounds of Jaya. Everyone said, "He will be a great Pundita." Someone said, "This boy will become a great Vaishnava. With a slight study, he will learn all the scriptures." Whoever saw Lord Vishambara, smiling face, become drenched in showers of bliss. When they put him on their laps, the ladies did not know how to put him down. Even the demigoddesses cannot easily place the Lord on their laps. Whenever the infant Lord cried, the ladies clapped their hands and sang the names of Lord Hari. Hearing this, the infant danced as he sat on their laps. This made all the ladies sing Lord Hari's holy names with more enthusiasm. Thus, by the Lord's tricks, the holy names of Lord Hari was always in everyone's mouth. That was his desire. Without the Supreme Lord's desire, no action will be successful. The truth is declared in the Vedas, the Srimad Bhagavatam and all the scriptures. Thus arranging that his holy name would always be chanted, Lord Chaitanya, Sachi's son, grew day by day. Then the supremely handsome infant Lord began to crawl about on his knees, making the bells around his hips tinkle sweetly. Then the supremely fearless infant Lord began to play in the courtyard. He would grasp snakes, fire, or anything else that he saw. One day a snake slipped through the fence and entered the house. In his childhood pastimes, the Lord at once grasped the snake. The snake coiled around and around. The infant Lord reclined upon the coils. Seeing this, everyone panicked and screamed, "Higher, higher!" The infant Lord only smiled and continued to recline on the snake. Everyone screamed, "Garuda, Garuda!" The frightened parents and other relatives wept. Hearing everyone weep, the snake, who was Lord Antanta, slithered away, even though infant Lord Chaitanya tried again to grasp him. The ladies at once grasped the infant Lord, placed him on their laps, and blessed him, saying, "May this boy live long." Some chanted protective mantras, others recited blessings. Others poured over the infant Lord's limbs the water of the Ganga, water that had once washed Lord Vishnu's feet. Some said, "It is as if this boy is born again." Others said, the snake did not hurt him. Infant Lord Chaitanya smiled and looked at all the ladies. Again and again he tried to go back to the snake, but everyone stopped him. Anyone who with devotion hears these pastimes, which are secretly described in the Vedas, will not be harmed by the snake of repeated birth and death. After some days, the infant Lord began to walk, wandering here and there in the courtyard. The handsomeness of the Lord's limbs defeated 10 million Kamadevas. The moon yearned to gaze on his face. His graceful head and forehead were covered with graceful curly hair. His eyes were lotus flowers. He looked like Gopala Krishna himself. His arms reached to his knees. His lips were red. His chest was broad. All his features were handsome and auspicious. His handsome fair form was splendid like the sun. His fingers, hands and feet were very handsome. The child walked here and there as a child walks, seeing the naturally red soles of his feet and thinking he had cut himself and was bleeding. Sachi became frightened. Gazing at the Lord, Sachi and Jagannath Mishra become filled with wonder. Although they were poverty-stricken, they become filled with bliss. When they were alone, they asked each other, "What exalted person has taken birth in our home? I think a great saint has taken birth in our home, and he will put an end to our suffering in this world of birth and death. I have never heard of a child like ours. He smiles and dances whenever he hears the name of Lord Hari. When he cries, no one can console him. But when someone says the name of Lord Hari, he stops crying. He listens carefully." Someone want to continue? Yeah?
Give it a shot.
Just there. Oh, 88.
From early morning, the ladies would surround the boy Lord and sing the holy names. When the ladies clapped their hands and sang Hari, Hari, the handsome fair boy joyfully danced. One time he playfully rolled in the dust and then, smiling, climbed onto his mother's lap. Gracefully moving his limbs, Lord Chaitanya would dance. Gazing at him, everyone became filled with pearlous bliss. No one could understand how the boy Lord had induced them to always chanting the names of Lord Hari. The boy Lord was always running in and out of the house. No one could catch him. He was very restless. Wandering outside, the boy Lord wanted to taste whatever he saw, whether it was puffed rice, bananas, or sandesh.
You're right.
When you're ready. When Krishna's ready.
Krishna.
When they saw his charming form, even strangers who did not know him at once gave whatever he wished. In this way, everyone would give him bananas and sandesh, and the Lord would happily return home. When he would give these gifts to the ladies who sang the holy names of Lord Hari, it says, then he would give these gifts to the ladies who, then he would give these.
Put it on the shirt or something.
Then he would give these gifts to the ladies who sang the holy names of Lord Hari. Seeing the boy's intelligence, everyone smiled. At every moment, they would clap their hands and sing Hari. The Lord wandered freely in and out of the house, whether morning, noon, or evening. Every day he went to the neighbour's friend's house and stole something. In one house he drank milk. In another house he ate rice. If in a certain house he could not find anything to eat, he would break the pots. If in someone's house there was a small child, he would make the child cry. If anyone saw him, he would flee. If by destiny someone caught him, he would grasp the person's feet and plead, "Please let me go this one time. I will never return here again. I will never steal again. Please be merciful." Seeing the boy's intelligence, everyone was filled with wonder. No one was angry with him. Everyone loved him. Everyone loved him more than their own children. When they saw him, he stole their hearts. In this way, the king of Vaikuntha enjoyed pastimes. He would not stay in one place. He was always wandering about. One day, 2 thieves saw the Lord. They thought, "Whose boy is this, wandering around town?" Seeing the glistening ornaments on the Lord's graceful limbs, they decided to rob them. "Son, son," said one, placing the Lord on their lap. "Where have you been all this time?" said one thief. "Son, let us go home," said the 2 thieves. The Lord smiled and said, "Let us quickly go home." The 2 thieves quickly took the Lord in their arms. The people nearby said, "Go home, my boy, go home." Who could count the thousands and thousands of people in Navadvip? Gazing at the ornaments, the 2 thieves became very happy. The 2 thieves thought, "Nimai's bangles will be mine." As the 2 thieves hurried to their secret place, the smiling Lord rode on their shoulders. One of the thieves put a sandesh in the Lord's hand. The other thief said, "We have almost come home." By the time the thieves had gone very far, the Lord's relatives began to search for him. Some called out, "Vishrambar, come home, come home." The others called out, "Nimai!" Everyone was frantic. They were like a fish struggling to stay alive out of water. Everyone completely took shelter of Lord Krishna. Meanwhile, the thieves were carrying the Lord towards their own home. Bewildered by Lord Vishnu's Maya, the thieves could not find the right path. Thinking they were in their own place, they arrived instead at Jagannath Mishra's home. Thinking that they were in their own secluded home, the thieves were eager to take the Lord's ornaments. One of the thieves said, "Son, get down. Now we are home." The Lord replied, "Yes, yes, put me down at once." Inside Jagannath Mishra's home, everyone was filled with despair. Their heads rested in their hands. Bewildered by Maya, the thieves thought they were in their own home. They took the Lord from their shoulder and placed him in his own home. As soon as he was put there, the Lord ran to his father's lap. Filled with bliss, everyone called out, "Hari, Hari!" Everyone was filled with happiness that cannot be described. The life that had once gone again entered their bodies. The 2 thieves could not see that they were not in their own home. Whose home they were in, they did not know. Who noticed them in the great commotion? Dinner is ready whenever we're ready. I'll just finish the end of this and we'll go for prasad. Yum, yum, yum. Who noticed them in the great commotion? Frightened, the thieves fled, running in the 4 directions. How strange, the thieves thought. One thief said, "Who knows the magic that has bewildered us like that? Today, Goddess Durga rescued us. the two thieves agreed and happily embraced. These two thieves were very fortunate, for Lord Narayan rode on their shoulders. Everyone thought, "Who returned the boy? We should tie a turban round their head." Someone said, "I saw two men. They brought the boy. I do not know where they went. Why did these men not declare, 'We have brought him home'?" Everyone said they were very surprised at that. Everyone asked, "Child Nimai, where did you go? Who brought you back?" The Lord replied, "I went to the bank of the Ganga, but when I got lost in the path and I was wandering around town, these two men picked me up, walking on the street, and carried me here." Everyone declared, "When they affirm that the Supreme Lord protects children, old persons, and the helpless, the scriptures do not lie." Bewildered by Lord Vishnu's Maya, and not understanding the truth of what just happened, everyone thought these thoughts. In this way, the king of Vaikuntha enjoyed pastimes. If he does not give understanding, who has the power to understand them? Whoever hears this narration, which is also secretly spoken in the Vedas, attain firm devotion to Lord Chaitanya's feet. The two moons, Sri Krishna Chaitanya and Sri Nityananda, are my life and soul. I, Vrindavan Das, sing the glories of their feet. Jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Krishna.
Jai.
Should I turn it off, Maharaj, or just let it roll?
It's been a while for tea.
Well, I'll bring it with us, and if he wants to turn it off, we'll turn it off. Will I turn it off, or will I bring it to us?
Let's do that. Yeah, just bring it actually.
Bring it.
Here, we don't need this here. You can unplug. Oh, 8 people. All right. You want to see us have dinner? Okay. Why not? Oh, Mina's there. Probably.
Where is she?
Probably at the airport. She's going back.
Good.
Maybe go into you, or you sit in that chair. Somebody sit.
I'll just go over that chair.
Me?
I'm going to get into that chair.
Hey.
Unless you want. I'm there.
Yeah, say some
That's all for you.
Okay.
Okay.
I need some couscous seed stuff.
Wow. Nice. Oh, Shri Krishna.
Yeah.
Okay. The gloves are somewhere. What is this? Is this somebody?
Oh, that's Govind's shirt.
Told you.
Shedding skin.
Okay.
The gloves disappear.
Wow. Tasty.
The gloves are around somewhere. Right? Oh, maybe did I take them? Maybe I took them in the. Look in the living room. Maybe they're in the living room. I might have brought them in there. So that's the soup here. You see, Govind is jumping, chowing down. His stomach speaks. Janaki says, "Thank you for everyone." Narayan.
I see him.
Under the
What's that?
Gloves.
Gloves! Oh, there they are. How'd they get there? Must have been Karuna's.
me.
Yeah, he did it.
Wow.
Martin Ki Jai. Boy can cook.
I like our
It's
overflow.
okay.
Oh, I don't know if everybody can get 2, so let's do 1.5
Okay.
because
Unexpected visitors.
so have some soup. You can do that later.
I'm just
What?
trying to find one word, that's all.
Oh, okay. All right.
Wow.
This could be done for propane.
Thank you. Thank you.
Here, you can take half of one.
I think we have.
I think it'll be alright.
I don't think we have to have it for your meal now. Where's one there?
Do we ever get any soy sauce or?
There used to be some in there, a small little cupboard. I haven't even used it since you stopped doing the stir fries. Easily got in there. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Clarence says, Bon appetit.
Messy food.
You guys have made me hungry. I want to eat. Hey, thank you to Kirtan reading. Nina says, Martin soup, and I'm here at the dumb airport. I'm so unfortunate.
Who's that?
Well, hey, they got a lot of good restaurants there. If you need something there, they got good stuff.
Not in the Dublin airport.
In the what?
She's in the Dublin Irish airport.
Oh,
she shouldn't be dead yet.
the Dublin.
She shouldn't have
Oh,
left
I
yet.
think she has gone.
She's still in Birmingham, I think.
Yeah, she's in Birmingham.
Oh, I had 2 spoons.
Yeah.
I put 5.
Hey, nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Watch out, it's gonna fall, this thing. That's too close.
You're going to spend probably 13 hours in
Hey,
Dublin
help
airport.
him there. Help him. Still, it's
That's alright.
precarious
It's
place.
alright. 13 hours in Dublin airport.
Always.
Mina.
Why 13 hours?
That's
Keep
a
flying.
long- God, should have spent a little more money.
I should get pizza from Irish people.
What are you doing there? Today?
She just left. We did Harinam and then she left.
$13 is too long for her. Better to spend $50 more.
Okay. Bad time.
Yeah. Zucchini pizza, that's right, yeah.
The soup is good. Who made the soup?
Martin.
Under strict instructions from Kurma.
Thank you, Martin. Wow.
Jack.
Just material Ross, man, ain't them? It's just material Ross.
Feed his material belly so he's getting some satisfaction with it.
I think you're taking this material off. I'm getting hot. Hot.
This is someone we met on Harinam.
Really?
We see him a lot.
Yeah.
Cool. Some Northern, huh?
Who that, Claren?
Oh,
Yeah.
Kieran is from Coventry.
Oh, the guy with the guitar.
Kieran's a guitar player.
Ah,
Oh, yeah.
Give him a chunk of. He's the fellow who's playing guitar with me in the kitchen the other day.
Where we? He's flat.
Someone else.
Hi, Kieran.
Yeah.
Oh, you're flat.
My place, yeah.
Christian drop.
I think he left. He said he was hungry.
He's probably gone to the Gurdwara.
Did you go there as well, is he? I saw Hare Krishna Guru. You like Gurdwara across from Raganuga's place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw the Hare Krishna Guru, the guru at the beard. One of the gurus in the group in the Sikhs religion.
All right.
His name is Hare Krishna
Oh
Guru.
yeah. Yeah.
And he's the only guru who's no beard. He's got a flute stuck in his belt. It just looks like Lord Caitanya. I walked in going, ah, he's here as well. So it was like, okay, yeah.
I think you like it. Yeah, man, it's sweet, isn't it? It's lovely. What gives you that idea?
Eh?
What gives you that idea?
I don't know.
I'm singing while I'm eating.
You do what?
Singing while I'm eating. Oh, humming.
Glorifying.
I've got some deodorant if you want. Yeah, thank you.
I'll still be humming. Thanks. How did it feel playing the milonga in the tune?
Yeah, I could do it until we got to the fast one.
But then you just went boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it worked.
yeah, it works. Yeah.
Just keep up the tempo and
Later on, I'll get to even with the fast.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, a couple more beats too.
It's like some of the sauce. There's nice tomato sauce.
There more? Yeah, I'll take
It's
some.
nice sauce. Some gravy is it? Call it.
Did you make him a plate?
Right, where is it?
That's good, thank you.
I'll give you a bit more quinoa
Jackie?
No thanks, I'm good.
Go in. Little after. Hold on.
That's it, well. No.
Thank you. There are 2 half pieces left. Whose name's on it? No, she'll have 1.5.
What?
She'll have 1.5.
I'm good.
Alright. The half piece.
I just had the whole.
Moving.
What about yourself?
I've had one. I'm
Yeah.
alright.
What, Mirage? Josh?
No.
I'll take a half one too.
Okay.
You're on there, you.
Oh, Josh. What are you here for? Just in the day. As in the day.
In the moment.
In the moment, that's it, yeah. In the moment. I've got to go to the prison share on the 18th of September, so that's in Birmingham, so
So
I'll have to go to Birmingham on the 18th of September.
Oh.
Just for a day.
To go into the prison.
Yeah, we go to do shares in prison.
Yeah, more people in Kirtan now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Kieran thinking of coming over.
When you get some money, yeah.
Who come?
Kieran, the fellow on there who said about he was getting hungry.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So we look forward to seeing you, Kieran, if you're watching the rest on the rewind. You know, so get out there and do your busking thing, and then get the train fare. Come
He's
over.
on the streets, is he?
Yeah, he's busking.
Cool.
He's doing Godiva Festival at the weekend, so
Good diver, yeah.
it's a big festival called. So,
What's he do there? Selling stuff?
he'd be doing his music.
Oh, music. Oh.
Playing guitar. You were mentioning, weren't you? Getting playing a guitar or having someone a guitar. Did you say something, or was I dreaming?
You did say something about
Elisa.
I remember.
Oh,
She liked to string.
oh, okay.
Will he come on Harinam with us with the guitar?
Yes. If you come over,
Wow.
will you?
Nice.
What's that?
This is bread with the gravy. Mice not want not.
You can tell you're Irish.
How's that, sir?
Three people. We've got Madhu, we've got Janaki who's here with us.
There's 6 there.
Oh, it says 6, and then it's 3
Yeah.
showing.
Yeah, they kind of miss it.
So Jan's watching over there in Belgium. So, other than that, I'm not sure who's here.
Nina. And Sasha.
Oh yeah. Nina and Sasha.
Some drunk came up to me today, tattooed, looking rough.
And he made it straight for me. And he's going on. He's going to read me the right act of how nonsense we are and wrecking his head. And he came up and he slurred his words. He goes, I saw you in Leicester. I want to say I love you. You're brilliant. And I love your energy. And you give me strength and you give me encouragement. Because I'm up here nodding now. I'm getting clean. I'm off the drugs. I see you here again, and I just want to say I really respect it. I was feeling so much. My heart before was all like closed off, going, oh, here we go. But then it's just there's so much gratitude from him. And the same day today, I mean, he just expressed so much care and compassion for me. So that made my day. I was like, oh wow, we're touching hearts. And as we're walking back to the car, a Jehovah's Witness, you know, doing their thing, stand there. Look at Yamuna. Walks by one of these fellas, goes, hello, hi Krishna. He faced her like a stone wall. It was like, and I was like, and as maybe you're reading in the Shastra, that, you know, the drunks and the destitutes and the fools who appreciate the Chitanya go, hey, he's great, he's really cool. And then all the sages inside of them, no. And that this guy is a low life, but you appreciate the energy. And this guy is some kind of scholarly Jehovah's Witness, and just blanks her. Whole face just didn't even see her as a human being or a child of God. It was just horrible.
Oh yeah. It's just, that's religion, man. Sectarianism.
Yeah, sectarianism.
You can't help it because they're taught that in the books, you know.
Yeah.
Jesus is the only way, and you know.
Anything outside that is evil.
Yeah. It's not a clear tattva, you know. That's why the Vaishnava tattva is so good. Because you see it more clearly how God has other transcendental servants too, you know. Dave sends here, Lord Chaitanya came with his. So if you're a sectarian, you can't training, you know, with just the Bible and your association with living Christians that are, or Jehovah's who believe that. It's a hard thing. They kind of just stuck in
that.
Yeah.
Blinker thing. Because we wrote Ram and Krishna and Rishinga and Brahma and all these other concepts that God can appear in many different times in many different forms. It's okay, cool, yeah. We're down with that. Just so his face was so cold. Didn't even try to say to her, listen, you're on the wrong path, love, check it out. Just stonewalled her.
They can't help it. That's the problem. They can't help it.
Can't help it. Poor religionists. They got a big hill to climb.
Those warriors, let them hear. Those who have nothing, get it from Gaurahari.
Hey! Nothing?
That's me talking about myself. I'm sitting here tonight, I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive, I'm alive. I'm going to be a lion again.
There you go.
Thank you.
Lion respectful. A respectful lion.
A respectable one.
With red nose. Get him a banana. I'm an absolute banana. I'm absolutely foolish. What a foolish old man I am.
You don't have to tell me that.
I'm not.
Good.
I'm a foolish old man. I'm a foolish old man.
We're all fools.
I could have told you that.
Yeah.
He's a foolish young man.
He's a middle-aged man.
Oh, middle-aged man, yeah. Oh, he dyed his hair.
I just look younger. My baby complexion.
Who made the
Hogan and Janaki and Maharaj.
well done, Govind. Well done, Maharaj. Well done, Janaki.
We're stand-ins for her children, her grandchildren. She can fuss over us.
That's all I even eat.
So it's not tonight.
That's nice.
Oh, I love the Petra Transcendental.
Man, I can't believe how somebody can be taken in by somebody. Just cannot believe it. Cannot believe it.
Six people.
Pardon?
6 people. Well, I think that's it for tonight, man.
Pleasant dreams, guys.
Pleasant dreams, and meal is finished.
They had their kirtan,
I think so.
Krishna story.
Z.
That's all, folks, for tonight. Good.
Krishna.